All right, Shalom. First and foremost, as always, I want to give all the praises, honor, and glory to the Most High and His only begotten Son. Call Layim La Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, Rakah Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, root and teach well, while Barakathum to the hopeful elect. All right, now today through the Spirit, I want to go into a video entitled, "We Can't Let the World Corrupt Us." You see, because as the Lord is requiring us to continue to grow and continue to get stronger faith and trust in the Lord more as these times go. Now it's a so-called new year. No, it's really the New Year is after the Passover, the Pesach, where we have everything is new. It's the springtime. You see, but as of here in this time we're in now, this world is getting more corrupted, it's getting more evil, and the morals are being destroyed at a higher vibration. So as being followers of Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai through the Spirit, we gotta guard our minds and not let this world corrupt us. This is Proverbs chapter 4 and verse 18. But the path of the just is as a shining light that shineth more and more unto the perfect day. You see, so our sacrifice is supposed to get better. Speaking of myself first and foremost, we gotta, as brothers always say, we have to be growing this thing. And as this world crumbles more and more, it's starting to get more corrupted, more evil, and our minds are being attacked at an even higher vibration. You see, so it's a fight for us to maintain our faith and keep our integrity. And that's part of the battle. I want to go here next. This is Revelation chapter 2, and I'm going to start at verse 25. But that which ye already which ye have already hold fast till I come. That's talking about holding fast to the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Withholding that standard of being obedient until Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. Regardless of how evil and corrupted this world is getting, how much we're being attacked. For us following Yahweh Shai, we got to bear that and continue. A lot of these camps, so-called camps, so-called gatherings of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai are waxing worse. They're conforming more into the world and they're getting weaker. But the Lord requires us to be more bold in these times. To get stronger. These camps are getting weaker. You can see it. Yeah, Lord is making these camps get more proud. This is Revelation chapter 2, verse 26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, we got to keep the commands. As the elder in our camp in Dallas always says, Elder Yasharomba, he says, you must keep the command. We got to obey the Lord's words to the end. The Lord gave us the instructions, and we got to withhold that by not bowing down, taking the C-hip, the charagma, by us not conforming ourselves to the ways of this world, denying our old creature, that old man we used to be. That was after the fashion of this world. Putting all the things that are in our life to the back burner for the sake of the Lord. Being charitable, being a brother. We got to keep this to the end. And it's going to get harder and harder and harder as the year, furthers. And it says, to him will I give power over the nations. That's who's going to be able to rule with Yahweh Shai. Those that overcome. Now, how we're going to overcome through by way of what? The Holy Spirit, which is going to give us that spirit of strong faith in Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai. This is Strong's G 3528. And it says Nikaio. And this is what the word overcome is. I want to get definition 2 right here. It says of Christians, so of followers of Yahushua, that hold fast to their faith, even unto death against the power of their foes and temptations and persecutions. So as this year goes on, we're going to get more foes. We're going to have more temptations and more persecutions, which means it's going to make it way harder for us to maintain our righteous sacrifice. So we're going to have to strive real hard. And I also want to get this in David Gustick. The text commentary is going to David Gustick. You know, read on the 26th verse. This is Revelation chapter 2, and then we get verse 26. Let me see, where is it at? Here we go. This is Revelation chapter 2, and this is going to that 26 to 28, but this is going to the beginning of 26 verse. It says, part A, it says, he who overcomes and keeps my works unto the end. And it reads, even when there is the immortal and idolatrous influence of Jezebel, Christians or followers of Yahushua can overcome and keep Yahushua's works to the end. We must not be overly discouraged at immorality and idolatry around us, even among the so-called believers. It says Yahushua's work will still go on through his overcomers. We're going to still keep that right sacrifice. We're going to still be obedient. But it says the immortal idolatrous influence of Jezebel. Now this world we live in now, Babylon the Great, is full of all types of different idols. The Queen of Heaven worship. You see, all types of wickedness is being pushed out here. You see, immorality. You see, but we have to keep these works of Yahushua to the end, because it's going to get worse and worse and worse. It's going to get more immoral. It's going to get more idolatrous. You see, but we got to still overcome. Let's go here. This is the book of Romans chapter 12. And I'm going to get verse 2. And I'm going to get it NLT. Don't copy the behavior and customs of this world, but let Yahushua transform you into a new person by changing the way you think. Then will you know Yahushua's will for you, which is good and pleasing and perfect. You see, so we can't copy the behavior of this world. It's going to get more enticing and more, harder to withhold that righteous standard that we've been set up. Because at some point, it feels like it's getting to a point where nobody's dealing justly. Everybody's wicked and going off. But even within that, we still have to keep ourselves, and maintain that faith in Yahushua and keep that righteous sacrifice going. You see, we can't conform into this world. And as time goes on, it's going to get more and more enticing. Just like our forefathers. Let's go here. This is 2 Peter chapter 2. And I'm going to get verse 7. I want to get this NLT as well. In 8. It says, but Yahushua also rescued Lot out of Sodom, because he was a righteous man who was sick of the shameful immorality of the wicked people around him. And you see, this place is worse than Sodom. But we got to still maintain that sacrifice. We got to still withhold these righteous ways and keep the commands of the Lord. Regardless of how enticing it is. Verse 8, it says, yes, Lot was a righteous man who was tormented in his soul by the wickedness which he saw and heard day after day. You see, so this is how it is. This is how it's going to be for us. But we got to continue and keep these works even until the end. Because ultimately, the Lord is getting ready to destroy this place. And if we want to make it, we got to keep that obedience until the end. Esau is doing all types of wickedness by putting different spirits and different things. He's fucking with our brothers' families. The women are getting influenced by Esau and everything. Because look at the social media. The internet has all this evil shit going out. You see, so everything is like basically we're being attacked in every direction. So it's a battle for us to stay spiritual and stay on the right track. Let's go here. This is Ezekiel 14. I'm just going to give one, but this goes into a whole bunch of examples. You see, of what the Lord does to a evil people. This is Ezekiel 14, and I'm going to start at verse 12. The word of Yahweh Bashem Shai came again to me, saying, Son of man, when a land sinneth against me by trespassing grievously, then will I stretch out mine hand upon it, and will break the staff out of the bread thereof, and will send famine upon it, and will cut off man and beast from it. You see, and that's what the Lord did to many different kingdoms, dominions that ruled the planet Earth. You see? But it said when the land sinneth against the Lord, that's what leads the Lord to bring a wrath, to bring in his judgment. You see, in America has sinned worse than any other kingdom on this planet Earth. But this is the point right here. Verse 14, it says, though these three men, Noah, Daniel, and Job, were in it, they should deliver but their own souls by their righteousness, said Yahweh Bashem Shai. So they still withhold the Lord's commands. They still were obedient, regardless of them being in the circumstances of being in these kingdoms that was going off. So we got to be the same way. And we have to deal with even more worse kingdom than they did. And I want to get these last two. This is 2nd Ezra chapter 14 in verse we'll start at verse 13. It says, now therefore set thine house in order and reprove thy people, comfort such of them that be in trouble, and now renounce corruption, which we've already been doing because we're in this truth. You see? Getting your because we're all likened to the house of the Lord. And we got to make sure we getting ourselves together and, growing more in the spirit, more spiritually, more to the liking of the Lord versus the liking of this world, which you see a lot of these camps. You see as squeeze, as the Lord making all this stuff happen, a lot of these camps are starting to, like as the Lord draws in nearer to Esau coming down with great wrath and all this judgment happening, these camps are starting to try and like mimic things in the world, or trying to ultimately trying to kind of blend in and trying to escape the fact that, we got to get persecuted. We got to go through that persecution. We got to go through, being casted out of society and different things of that sort. And we can't follow example to that. That's why you have camps taking away the names. You have camps that are saying all types of wickedness, saying you can do certain things that are abominations. You can eat whatever. Like all these guys, what they're doing is they're conforming to the ways of this world. They're not going back to the ancient paths. They're coming into these paths. This is the 14th verse. It says, let go from the mortal thoughts, cast away the burdens of man and put away now the weak nature. Mortal means like death thoughts. And what are those death thoughts? All this carnal stuff that we see. Like what people think of you, or what glory you have here, if you're accepted of the world. All those things are mortal stuff that doesn't matter. What position you have here doesn't matter, because it's not going to follow in the kingdom. In the kingdom, that's when we're going to get our rank or whatever, Now it's an order to this thing. We have elders and different brothers over us and everything. We respect that order. However, you shouldn't desire, I want to be the top guy and all that. That's vain. The Lord is going to set up what position you are and all that. That's in control of the Lord, not you. And that's why the scripture say, he that exalted himself shall be abased. The Lord is going to set you up to whatever position you are. And the ultimate position is going to be after this anyway. Because the things we see is temporary. So if you get in glory of man and you, this top guy, this big dog, known as the so-called top man of the Lord or whatever, then, that the Lord is the one controlling if you had a spirit on you or not. So the Lord can take the spirit off of you and then you not in that position no more. So we got to stay having humility. This is verse 15. And also verse it says put off the weak nature. And the reason why is because these things are going to be being attacked. All these different mortal things we have, like our families and our jobs and our substance, it's going to be being attacked in these times, heavy. If you're in that weak nature, then you're going to be affected by that. You're not going to be willing to let that go. And that's the time period we're in. We got to be able to walk away from this stuff. Verse 15, it says, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy unto thee, and hasty to flee from these times. We don't have time to be all engulfed in all this other stuff. We got to make sure we keep the main thing, and we mainly focused on Yahweh Bashem Shai, because that's all that's going to matter in these times. If you were a servant of the Lord, you have a chance at being preserved. If you're not, you're going to be destroyed. Verse 16, for yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen shall be done hereafter. You see, so we got to let go of this weak nature. And that weak nature is being pushed out on us heavy. So that's what we got to battle in this world. Lastly, I want to end it off with this right here. This is Mark chapter 8, and I'm going to read verse 35 on down. It says, for whosoever will save his life shall lose it. But whosoever shall lose his life for my name's sake and the gospel's, the same shall save it. And our life is being lost more and more as these times going, especially going into 2024. We can feel that persecution getting ready to happen. A lot of camps announcing the names. It's a lot of attacks on different talking points that the men of the Lord go into. You see, so a lot of guys are trying to denounce certain things about the ministry and all that. We're in that time, but we can't. We got to make sure we still stand stiffly. You see, we can't let this world change up our conduct. That's why I made this video. Don't let this world change the conduct. Because this world is attacking our conduct, the way we are attacking our conversation, the way we're conducting ourselves. We got to still keep the commands of the Lord. Verse 36 says, for what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul? You see, so you get a little position. The world is down with you. What the scriptures say, the world was down with the false prophets. They spoke well of the false prophets. So if you're getting down, matter of fact, let's see which world this is. See, is it Cosmos? Yep. So an arrangement of people. So you gain the people on this side. You get a little position. But but ultimately you gotta choose where you get glory in the spirit or where you get glory in this carnal world, which is being destroyed as this year goes on. The prophecies is set up for this place to be destroyed. And it's like America's in the epitome of its pride. It looks like it can't be taken down by no kingdoms. That's why the Lord, and then all this wickedness is happening. That's why the Lord has to come by and show his power in this place, destroying this place. America's too lifted up. This is verse 37. It says, and what shall a man give in exchange for his soul? Your spirit. Verse 38, it says, whosoever therefore shall be ashamed of me and my words in this adulterous and sinful generation. You see, because the world is going to be bringing more shame unto the men of the Lord. More things are going to be happening to us. But we still have to keep the commands and stay faithful to Yahweh Bashem Shai. it says, of him also shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he cometh in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. You see? So if you denounce Yahweh Bashem Shai, you start not you lose the commands. You stop being obedient, then the Lord is gonna lose you. He's gonna stop dealing with you. So we definitely need Yahweh Bashem Shai to be with us, especially in his return, to put us in that chariot and for us to inherit the first covenant. Inherit the second covenant, Salakia, Satan. You see, they inherit the second covenant where we get beamed up into the chariots and receive the new bodies. We all need that because we're as far as being in his flesh, there's no way of us making it, man. We're subjected to going off. So we need to be changed, and we need the Lord to put the laws in us because we can't do it in this body. And as long as we're still sinning, it's still going to be death, and it's still going to be effed up life for all the nation of Israel. That's why the Lord Yahweh Shai is coming to save us. You see? And it's going to start with the house of David, the elect. All of Israel will be righteous eventually. It's the 2/3 and the wicked of our people that go down on this side and come back through the loins of the elect, the governing body, when they make it the first go round. In the chariot, they're going to get beamed up and get changed into a new body. And they're going to come down, bringing judgment. They're going to be just like Yahweh Shai. And then guess what? Through the loins of the men of the Lord, through the elect, that's how all the rest of the nation of Israel is going to come into the new covenant and be righteous. You see, but we want to inherit that the first go round. But the point of this video was we can't let this we have to maintain our integrity and don't let this world corrupt us. But anyways, Lord willing, this was edifying. I'd like to end it off by saying, call Allah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Radash, double honors to the apostles and others, great millstone, root as well. Shalom.